The messenger. In a small town, a mysterious messenger begins delivering letters and packages to the residents. When a young woman, Sophia, receives a letter from her deceased brother, she is forced to confront the past and the town's dark secrets. As the other residents begin to receive similar messages, the entire town begins to stir. Each letter seems to be a prophecy of the future, connecting the inhabitants to a tragic and inevitable fate. Sophia soon realizes that the messenger is more than just a delivery man. He is the bearer of a curse that threatens to consume all the town's residents. The camera slowly moves through a small, seemingly peaceful town. Quiet streets, simple houses, but with an air of desolation. The sky is overcast, and the sunlight is weak, creating an atmosphere of mystery. The soft sound of footsteps on dry leaves breaks the silence. In every town, there is a secret, something buried in the shadows. A messenger who delivers not just words, but destinies. And when he arrives, time no longer makes sense. Sophia, 25 years old, a young woman with a tired look, walks down the street. She carries a mysterious package in her hands. The camera focuses on her expression, which mixes curiosity and fear. Her house comes into view as she approaches. Introduction to the mystery. Sophia arrives at her house and enters, closing the door behind her. The package she carries is unusual. It has a wax seal with a strange symbol, and it is addressed to her in an unfamiliar handwriting. She looks at the envelope hesitantly. The letter arrived without warning, but with a purpose. And that purpose is older than the town itself. Sophia opens the package with a mix of fear and curiosity. Inside, there is a letter written by her brother, who passed away 2 years ago under mysterious circumstances. Letter, Sophia's voice, reading softly, Sophia, don't search for me. What you're about to see isn't real. The messenger has already arrived, and when he delivers your letter, it will be too late. The sound of a doorbell rings, and Sophia jumps, putting the letter aside. She walks to the door and opens it slowly, but there's no one there, just another envelope resting on the ground. She picks it up, a chill running down her spine. The arrival of the messenger. Sophia looks at the envelope, which is identical to the previous one, but with a different name written on the front. By the door, she notices a shadow moving quickly, but when she looks outside, she sees no one. Only the sound of footsteps echoing down the street. He always arrives at night, always when the town is weakest, always when fear is at its strongest. Sophia opens the envelope. Inside is a simple note. The next will be you. Her heart races, and suddenly, she hears knocks at the door. Not wanting to look through the window, she decides to open it, but hesitates. Something holds her back. When she finally opens the door, she sees a hooded man standing there. He says nothing, only staring at her. Man, in a low but clear voice, you received the message. Sophia steps back, fear and confusion on her face. Sophia, trembling, Who are you? The man doesn't answer, but hands her another envelope. Then, he turns and walks slowly away, disappearing into the darkness of the street, confronting the past. Inside the house, Sophia opens the last envelope. Inside, she finds a photograph from her childhood and a date. The day of the accident that killed her brother. He doesn't forget, nor does he let you forget. The messenger carries more than just words. He carries the truth you never wanted to know. Sophia begins to remember the events of that night. The car accident in which her brother died, the guilt she carries. She never understood what truly happened, and now, these messages seem to be trying to reveal the truth. But there's something more, something wrong. Suddenly, Sophia hears a sound coming from the basement, the sound of dragging footsteps. She grabs a lantern and slowly descends the stairs. The air down there is cold, and an unsettling feeling washes over her. At the back of the basement, she finds an old wooden box covered in dust. When she opens it, she sees more old photos of her family, and at the bottom, a letter written by her brother. The words are disjointed but talk about the messenger and how he is destined to return what was taken. The climax. Sophia, now nearly hopeless, realizes that the messages are not just for her, but for everyone in the town. Suddenly, a series of screams and chaos begins spreading through the streets. She rushes out of the house and sees several people in the street, all holding similar letters. They all appear to be in a state of panic, staring at the empty houses in fear. When the messenger arrives, he brings more than despair. He brings the revelation that all the secrets you tried to bury. He brings them to the surface. Sophia sees a hooded figure in the middle of the street, holding more letters. He stares directly at her, as if knowing she finally understands the meaning. She screams in desperation, trying to run, but her feet won't move. Time seems to stop. Sophia, screaming, "Who are you? What do you want from us?" The messenger doesn't answer. He simply points to the sky, and when Sophia looks where he points, she sees something that makes her fall to her knees. The sky turns into a blank canvas, and the figures of all the town's residents begin to appear as shadows, each holding a letter in their hands. He is not a man, nor a shadow. He is the truth, the only truth that time cannot erase. The messenger comes because his time has come, and when he delivers the last letter, the cycle will never end. Sophia watches as the town crumbles around her, overwhelmed by the truth that she can no longer escape. The screen fades to black.